What's going on, guys? Today's video is going to be a long one, as you can see from the time. I'm going to make this as quick as possible, but this is a tutorial essentially for newer / moderate players, and some advanced players might be able to get some information that they didn't know already. So hopefully that can be obtained for you guys, but it's mostly meant for newer people / mediocre people. It's a tutorial as to what each mission on Derailed, because this is the Derailed version, what each mission has in store for the fire team, and what subtle changes that the Predator can try to notice in order to know what mission that they're doing so they can try to plan ahead. I hope you guys enjoy the video, and let's get into it. So for the first mission, we are doing Amassed Destruction, where you have to go in and go to the oil tankers, place jammers around it, so that way it can't be detonated remotely. And then you got to go ahead and grab a sample, go to the Stargazer facility, test the compound, grab the solution to neutralize it, run back to the train yard, pour the stabilizer in, protect the barrels while the solution stabilizes, and then disarm the bombs. As far as spawn points go, you're either going to want to spawn Drug Road or Train Wreck. Those are the quickest spawn points to get to the train yard fast. So once you get to the oil drums, there are going to be 3 guards there. You got to kill them, and then you got to set up the signal jammers. That way the bombs don't get activated remotely. This is pretty simple and straightforward. Just kill them and hold square. One, two, three. Once you're done with the signal jammers, you're going to go ahead and grab a sample, and then we're going to start making our way to the Stargazer base. Once you reach the Stargazer facility, you will have to put the sample into a quote-unquote analyzer. While the analyzer is running, you're going to have to defend it from guards. This part, you are able to move as far away from the centrifuge as you want, but you can't let any AI get close to it, otherwise it'll stop the progress. Once you have finished analyzing, you will have to look in one of 3 locations in order to find the fridge. The fridge you open up, and there is the ingredient that you need in order to neutralize the barrels. Once you grab this neutralizing agent, you must run back to the train yard, go ahead and put the neutralizing agent into the barrels, and wait for the process to finish. This takes a little bit of time, but once you're done, all you got to do is disarm the bombs, and then you get to go and exfil. This mission's pretty straightforward. There's not a whole lot to it. Just as a fair warning, the bombs do take quite a bit of time to actually disarm. So if you have a scout, you should probably let him do it while you protect against AI and the Predator. Now, tips for the Predator side of things. Obviously, if you see those oil jugs, those containers with the bombs on them, then obviously they're doing that mission. All you have to do is, if they're not in that area, they're either going to be coming here or they're already on their way to the next mission objective, depending on how far into the game you end up finding it. And they're actually going to have to come back here anyways. So you can set up traps for when they do end up coming back, and then you can go ahead and chase them down to the Stargazer facility. Another good, helpful tip for knowing that it might be this mission is if they spawn train wreck. There's not a whole lot of missions where the fire team would necessarily want to spawn train wreck. This is definitely one of them. It's a really direct path to the barrels from train wreck. So for the mission Clean Sweep, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to spawn either Lumberyard or East River, and you're going to go straight to the Stargazer facility, kind of in the middle of those 2 areas. Once you get there, you're going to have to access a bunch of computers and satellites trying to download some information. You're going to have to protect the area, and then you're going to set up surveillance here and in the drug camp. That being said, those are the 3 places that this mission takes place. 2 of the parts are in the Stargazer facility, and then 1 part in the south area of the drug camp. As you arrive to the Stargazer facility, obviously it's going to benefit you to take out all the AI in the area. That way they don't accidentally trigger any alarms and alert the Yautja as to where you are. Then you're going to have to access all these computers, like I said before, and kind of just protect the area while AI after AI spawn. Once you're done defending the area, you will have to go ahead and go to the server doors that were previously locked, that are now unlocked. You have to go in that area, and there will be servers that you have to destroy, very specific ones you have to destroy. In my opinion, the best way to do that is with a knife. You see me here using the automatic shotgun, and as it always is, it is a piece of trash. So go ahead and just whip out your knife and knife those bad boys. After the hard drives are destroyed, you're going to go ahead and back out and go into the main camp area again and just plant a bunch of cameras kind of spread out along the map. Then we're going to go ahead and make our way over to the drug camp area. There will be a guy there that you have to kill. You kill him, and then you go ahead and you just start bugging all the cars, placing trackers on them. That way we know where they're going. And then once that's done, we're actually just going to go ahead and exfil. It's a pretty simple mission. The biggest issue is probably having to stay in the Stargazer camp for so long. That being the case, you know, the Predator, once he finds you, you're kind of just sitting there waiting for the timer to run up, and then you have to go and place all the cameras down. If the Predator does have to go ahead and run to heal, that would be an opportune time to go ahead and try to run to this camp and try to get this mission portion done as fast as possible, and then just getting the hell out of Dodge. Alright, now for some things to notice as the Predator. In the Stargazer facility, this door is closed and the back door is closed. Now, typically the back door is not closed. It does have the that gate in the way, that shelf that fell over. That is something that is always there, but the doors are never closed unless this is the mission that they're doing. But the probably more beneficial and easier thing to spot is in the drug camp, there are extra cars that spawn. There's always the red truck on the right side of the road if you're coming from the north, and on the left side if you're leaving from the south. There is always a red Jeep on that side, but there is an extra Jeep that spawns in, and a couple extra cars that spawn kind of in the middle of the drug camp and on the south side of the drug camp. Those are good indicators that they're going to have to bug the cars because the cars spawned. So the next mission we're doing is Counterfeit Funds. I really enjoy this mission because you really only have to wait for one thing, and the other thing you have to wait for, you don't even need to be near, like, at all. So the stages are, you have to find the fake money bands, you have to destroy the printer, and then you have to go and find the shipping container / train car that has all of the already preloaded counterfeit cash. So right off the rip, you're going to want to spawn, probably Lumberyard is your best bet, but you could also spawn Trainwreck, and then you want to go straight to the drug camp area. Pick up all of the counterfeit cash that you see kind of spawned around. You're going to want to kill all the AI there so they don't trigger any alarms. And then they're going to have you place a C4 on the printer. The printer is in the same spot every single time, so you don't have to go looking for that. It's in the little shed. Now, the interesting part about this mission is it does say that you need to stay behind and defend the printer so that the charges go off. You really don't. The AI don't interrupt it, and you know, you leaving the area doesn't interrupt it. So you can go ahead and just run straight to the train yard and start looking for that manifest. You can't pick up the manifest until the bomb does go off, but you don't need to stay in that area in order for the bomb to go off. Now, this is the part of the mission that you actually do need to defend. There will be a blue train car that you need to go ahead and put C4 charges on, and then once the C4 charges are placed, you have to defend them until they go off. Once they go off, you want to go ahead and jump into that shipping container and place bugs on all of the counterfeit cash piles. Once you place the trackers on the counterfeit cash, you're done. That's it. All you got to do is make it to the exfiltration location, and you're good to head out. Now, as the Predator, if you spawn anywhere near drug camp, there is a good reason to go ahead and jump over there just to check it out real quick. That little shed spawns one of two objectives. It spawns the printer for the counterfeit cash mission, and it spawns the drug lab for the drug bust mission. Now, if you see either of those, obviously, now you know what mission they're doing. But if you spawn near Trainwreck and you see the blue train car, or that the train cars are pushed all the way to the very edge, like in this photo, you know that there is a mission going on there. Now, strangely enough, I didn't notice this until I was doing this video, but the train cars are not always pushed to the edge. If they're completely full, they're probably doing either liquid gold, which is the mission with the oil tanker, or counterfeit cash, which is the train car with the cash. Alright, so the next mission is drug bust, which is also one of the easiest missions in Derailed. You start off very much the same. You have to go straight to the drug camp. This time you have to kill the drug cook and pick up his keys in order to access the drug lab, but it's in the same spot as the counterfeit cash printer. And then you're going to go ahead and take some photos, grab some evidence, and set the place on fire. Then you're going to go ahead and go north, and you're going to go ahead and set the rest of the drugs on fire, and then blow up the carrier helicopter. So as I said, we're going to go ahead and go straight to the drug camp, kill this guy right here, and pick up his keys. This will give you access to the shed. The shed door is locked this time around. And then you're going to go ahead and unlock it. You're going to go in, grab some evidence, take some photos, and then set the place on fire. Now, very similar to Counterfeit Funds, you don't actually have to protect this fire. This fire is not hindered by your proximity to it or from AI proximity to it. So once you go ahead and set the place ablaze, I would go straight ahead to the Stargazer facility north. Then once the timer goes out at the drug camp area for protecting the fire is finished, you're going to go ahead and have to burn the remaining drugs at the Stargazer facility. The spawns are somewhat random, so as soon as you get there, it'll show you where they are. You're going to go ahead and set them ablaze, and then you have to take out the helicopter. A helpful tip for the fire team, though, if you are doing this mission and you are just sitting around in the Stargazer facility waiting for the drugs to burn, that way you can burn the remaining drugs, you might as well take this helicopter out now. You don't have to wait in order to shoot this helicopter. This helicopter is destructible from spawn, so off the rip, you can have someone go to the Stargazer facility and start shooting the helicopter. That way it's just ready and done with by the time the rest of the team get there. Once you're done destroying the helicopter, all you gotta do is make it to the exfil location and you're good to go. Now, some things to notice as the Predator. Obviously, at the Stargazer facility, if you see these drug crates, that's the mission that they're doing. They're going to need to come here and destroy these drug crates and take out the helicopter, as well as, you know, start off at the drug labs themselves, so you can start making your way over there after you lay some traps down. And then, of course, if you spawn closer to the drug camp, you can go ahead and head over to that shed area and see if the door is closed and locked. If it is, that means that that's the drug mission, and they will be coming here to kill the captain soon. Another great indicator is if they decide to take out that helicopter early. Now, if you do see this danger warning sign, and on the map it is closer to the Stargazer facility, that can mean one of two things. Number one, they're really close to being done with the mission. If it's later in the game and you see this icon, that means they're already blowing up the helicopter and probably already burned all the drugs. You gotta start killing them sooner. Or if it's really early in the game and you see them blowing it up, that means you're up against a good team who knows what they're doing and is confident to have someone take out the helicopter before they do the rest of the mission. Now we're going to go ahead and jump into Fire from the Heavens. For this mission, you're pretty much going to be in that Stargazer facility up north the entire time. You're going to want to spawn East River. Everywhere else is kind of too far. Maybe you want to hit Drug Road. That way you can go straight up to that area where you have to kill the captain right off the rip. But other than that, you're going to want to spawn East River. So right at the beginning, you're going to want to go to the Stargazer facility. You're going to want to take out the guards, obviously, so they don't, you know, signal any alarms. And then you're going to go ahead and interact with the satellite. Now, the satellite is going to have a password, and you're going to have to go and kill a guard a little bit west of the Stargazer facility. So once you head west, there's going to be a group of guards here that don't normally spawn here. You're going to go ahead and try to find the captain that you need to kill. You're going to kill him, and you're going to grab his password. And then you're going to head right back to the Stargazer facility. You're going to go back to that same satellite, go ahead and type in the password, and then you have to protect the area. You can move away from it as far as you want, you just can't let any AI get too close, otherwise it will stop the timer. Now, real quick, I'm going to take a break in the middle of this kind of wait period, and just to show you guys that no matter what mission, the helicopter does spawn here, and you can blow it up. So if you want one person to go ahead and go to the helicopter at the beginning of any round and just start shooting the helicopter just to scare the predator and distract him away from whatever mission that you guys are actually doing, that's not a bad idea or a bad tactic. I mean, it's risky, obviously. You're sending a guy off on his own, but you can break the helicopter no matter what mission you're doing. Now, once the satellite no longer needs to be protected and all of the data that you have been sending is all sent, you do need to go to this truck right here. This is the next thing that you need to protect for a certain amount of time. This mission is pretty goddamn tedious with the amount of like sitting and waiting that you have to do. It's pretty much just survive in a set location and hope the predator doesn't kill you. Once the timer runs out, all you gotta do is watch the light show, waiting for exfiltration site to be picked. A laser beam's gonna come down, destroy this truck. It does hurt whoever's like directly next to it, so don't stand next to it. And then just head out at the exfil. Alright, now for tips for the Predator. I've been studying the hell out of this mission, and there's really not a lot. Except for the fact that there is a group of AI that spawn in this area right here that don't normally spawn there. There's nothing to tell early on, but mid to late game, if you have not found them at the Stargazer facility, there's probably something wrong with you, because they stay there the entire game. The entire mission takes place in the Stargazer facility. They're not leaving there. You're gonna find them. That's like the second place that any Predator should check. And yes, you should find them. Okay, so for the first mission we are going to be doing Jammed Up. Here is the missions. We start off at the Stargazer base and then we move on to Derailed. And here is a layout of the map. And I'm going to go ahead and point a 1, 2, 3 marker for the 3 stages of the mission. Now, to start this mission off, you're probably going to want to spawn East Riverside. That way you can get to the Stargazer facility rather quickly. You're going to want to clear out all the guards here. That way it's not going to be an issue later on. Once all the AI are taken care of, you want to go ahead and destroy 5 of the signal jammers that the Predator has placed around the map. You will then need to find a terminal to ascertain how they have this kind of technology, and then you'll find out that Stargazer themselves really don't know what these things are or what's causing the signal interference. During this time, though, while you're protecting the terminal, some missions allow you to run away while the thing is going off, and some allow you to run away to a certain extent, meaning if an AI gets within a close proximity of the thing, you'll have to go back and kill that AI. This one is different. This one you have to stay near the terminal the entire time in order for the progress bar to continue. Once you have completed that part of the mission, you will actually need to go down to the train area and kill 3 guards. It's always going to be 3 objective guards that you need to kill. Once you kill them, you need to go to this analyzer. You need to scan the Predator technology. And once again, you will need to sit next to the scanner the entire time while the computer downloads. These missions are typically very tedious tasks. Once the scanning has been completed, they will tell you that the device is able to be picked up by the helicopter as long as it's in the box. You go ahead and put it in the box, pick up the box, and then you go ahead and exfil, and that's the end of the mission. For the most part, this mission is pretty straightforward. The only issue that I have with it is the fact that you have to stay near the objective the entire time. It makes it so it's a pretty difficult task if there is a Predator on your ass and you're trying to get it done. When it comes to Predator tips on figuring out whether or not the fire team is doing this mission, there actually aren't a whole lot. Obviously, there are the signal jammers at the Stargazer camp. When you jump over there, and just keep an ear out and you will hear the signal jammers, and you'll know that they're either there doing that mission, coming here to do that mission, or they've already done this part of the mission and are going to the train station. The only other 2 things to really notice on the map for this mission as Predator is the black box that ends up holding the signal jammer. If you happen to be running through, go ahead and check the 2 tables that it can spawn on, and seeing which areas are highly populated with AI. AI kind of spawn based on where the mission is, so if there's a lot of AI in the area, it's possible that they're gonna have to go there. Alright, so moving on to Liquid Gold. For this mission, you're pretty much going to be in the train yard the entire time. You're going to kill a captain, you're going to grab his keys, you're going to grab some info to figure out which tanker has the oil that you want. You're going to go ahead and hook up a transponder to it. You're going to protect that transponder, and then you're going to go ahead and protect it as the train is getting away. So the captain can be found at the northeast section of the train yard. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to spawn East River and just go straight down from there and kill him real quick. Then grab his keys. Then we're going to head a little bit west, and in that area there's going to be an office that you need to unlock the door to. Once you go ahead and get into that office, there is intel all around the room that you're going to have to go ahead and grab. Some intel is faster to grab than others. It doesn't matter which ones you grab as long as you grab 4. The paper is one of the quicker ones to grab, so make sure to use that one. Gathering that intel will tell you which oil tanker it's going to be. It's always going to be the green one. Don't worry about which one it's going to be. Just go ahead and throw a transponder beacon on it, and then you're going to have to defend that area until the helicopter arrives. Once the helicopter arrives, you're going to have to go ahead and put 2 tethers on it, so that way they can airlift the oil tanker out. Once it is airlifted out, they're going to be taking it east, directly towards the train wreck area. There's going to be a train waiting for you. Once you get there, they're going to place the oil tanker down, and you're going to go ahead and connect it to the train. Then you're going to have to defend that area for a certain amount of time, waiting for the train to get a safe distance away. Once the timer runs up, you're going to want to go ahead and run away, obviously, and get to the exfiltration location safely, unlike what I did here. Now, things to notice as a predator. If you happen to be passing this building and you see that both of the doors are closed and locked, that means that they are doing this mission. This door is never closed and locked unless this mission is taking place. But, you know, who really looks at this building? The bigger thing to notice, obviously, is the oil tankers. If the oil tankers are there, if they spawned in, then obviously that is the mission they are doing. That is the big red flag for this mission. Alright, so for stolen goods, what you're going to be doing is you're going to be looking for an heirloom within the train wreckage. You're not going to find it. You're going to have to go kill the captain and look for where it could be located. Then you're going to go to the Stargazer facility. So the best place to spawn for this mission is drug roads. What you're going to do is you're going to go straight east and just go straight to the train wreckage. And then you're going to have to dig around in these piles of rubble. You're not going to find it, so you're going to go ahead and head north to where this captain is located with about 4 guards. Once you get there, you're going to go ahead and kill them. Once you kill the captain, he will drop like this manifest that will tell you that the heirloom that you're looking for is actually in the Stargazer facility. So you're going to go ahead and head up there to go and retrieve it. Once you get to the Stargazer facility, you're going to be looking for this big green armored crate. It looks like a normal ammo box, but closed, obviously, and it's green. There are a few different places that could spawn. One of them is in this area. I'm not going to go over all the spawns. You can look for the areas yourself. Then you have to defend the area for a certain amount of time while the charges are, active and counting down. Once it blows, you're going to go ahead and pick up the gold bar, and you're just going to head to exfil and try to escape. Now, some things to notice as a predator. If you do happen to spawn in on this mission and you spawn on the East River area for the predator, you'll run right past that group of guards if you head south. And sometimes they'll even spot you. You'll get that sound notification that they spotted you before you even fully load into the game. So that's a pretty good indicator that you spawned there and that's the mission that they're doing. Another good indicator, obviously, if you're at the Stargazer facility, at any point in time you see a green ammo crate, that'll go ahead and give you a red flag that they're going to be coming here at the end of their mission. But definitely try to check out that area where the guards spawn with the captain, because they don't spawn there unless they're doing this relic mission. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and switch things over to Suspicious Cargo. I honestly found this one to be a lot quicker than I remember it being. I haven't gotten this mission normally in a while, but you have to go ahead and put a SATCOM down so you can try to identify where you need to go. And then you have to defend that area. Once you go ahead and finish that, you're going to go kill a guard, and then you're going to trigger a time lock on a crate and wait for the crate to open. The best spawn point for this mission would probably be Drug Road. So once you go ahead and get to the train yard, there's going to be 2 locations that you might need to put this SATCOM up. It's either on this rock here, or it's up on this stairwell over here. Now, you do have to protect the SATCOM within a very specific range. You can't go too far, otherwise the timer stops. So you got to stay close while you're defending it. Then you're going to go ahead and travel to the northeast portion of this train yard, and you're going to find the box that you need to open, but you won't be able to open it, so you got to go kill the captain in the building right north of this area. And then you get the keys, and then when you go back to open it, it triggers a time lock, and you have to protect the crate for that entire period of time. Once the timer's done, you pick up the piece of the nuke that you find, and you just go ahead and go straight to exfil. Two things to quickly notice as a Predator. If they're protecting a SATCOM in the middle of the map, that's probably the mission that they're doing. It's the only mission with the SATCOM, and they're kind of really exposed where they need to be protecting it. So that's a pretty good indicator. And this main building has one door closed, one door open. If that's the case, then that's the mission they're doing. They're going to have to be protecting a crate in that area pretty soon. Alright, now for the popular crowd. You're going to have to kill two main objectives, and that's pretty much like what this mission is about. You're going to want to spawn at the train wreck, and you're going to go straight to the train yard area, and go ahead, and there will be this locked door. You're going to break the lock, and you're going to kill a guard. Once you kill the guard, you're going to go ahead and go find the other one. That is at Drug Road. So you're going to want to spawn train wreck. So once you get to the train yard area, they're in the main building. There's going to be a room that's locked on both sides. You can open both doors, and when you get in there, you can kill the guard. You're going to want to kill the guard, and then it'll have you interact with this box that is beeping. Once you open it, it'll say danger because there is a bomb inside that. So you'd have to get out of the room before you get hurt. After the bomb goes off, you're going to have to interact with this camera. The camera does take a minute to interact with, so go ahead and try to get a scout with the interaction speed bonus to go ahead and do this part. If you don't have one, use what you got. Just try to keep them safe because they're pretty vulnerable standing still. Once you're done interacting with that, you're going to have to go further west to the drug camp, and you're going to go ahead and place a C4 on a locked door. Once you place it, you're going to have to defend it for a certain amount of time. Once that timer is done, the C4 will explode, and you're going to have to kill the guard that is hiding inside there. Once you kill him, you're going to go ahead and pick up the file, and you're ready to exfil. Now, some things to notice as a Predator. If you are running around in the train yard area and you see that these doors are closed and locked, from either side, it doesn't matter, you'll know that that's the mission that they're doing. If you see the danger indicator, that means that they've just activated the bomb, and that's the mission that they're doing. Or if you see the camera on the opposite building, they're doing that mission. And that's a pretty good area to try to trap or to down a fire team member or two while they're trying to interact with that camera, because they're stationary for quite some time. Another indicator is if you're in the drug camp area and you do see that door is closed and locked. That means they have to get in there. That means that that's the mission that they're doing. We have reached our final mission. It is the Traitor. Ooh, scary. It is... I'm so ready to be done. Alright, so for this mission, you plant the charge, you wait for it to go off, you kill a guard, and then you go to the Stargaze facility and you hack into a computer, and then you upload onto a satellite. So you're going to want to go ahead and spawn for this mission either East River or Trainwreck. So once you get to the train yard area and you get to this area with the wooden pallets, you're going to want to clear out of the guards so they don't trigger any alarms, and you're going to place the C4 on the door. Then you have to wait for the C4 to go off. Alright, so then once the C4 goes off, the door is now open. There are going to be 3 guards that are in there and probably going to come out and try to kill you. You got to kill all 3 of them, and that'll give you the opportunity to collect information. You're going to go ahead and spam square on a couple different items. Once you pick up all the data that you need, you're going to destroy the server. So you're going to break open that computer and destroy all the hard drives. Again, don't use the AA-12. Once all that's done, you're going to go to the Stargaze facility, which is in the northwest of the map, and you're going to find a computer to access. You're going to hack into that computer, and then you're going to go over to a satellite and plug in a hard drive. Then you're going to have to defend that satellite about halfway through. The generator's going to die. You're going to have to reboot that generator and then protect the satellite for the rest of the time. Once you're done protecting the satellite, you're ready to exfil. Now, some things to notice as the Predator, they obviously have to sit and wait for that C4 to blow up for quite some time at the northern part of the train yard. Now, if they are there and killing AI left and right, that means they're probably doing that mission. If the door is closed and locked and you get there before they get there because they didn't spawn at the right place, obviously they're doing that mission. And then, again, at the Stargazer facility, they're going to be sitting there for quite some time waiting for that generator to boot up. So, if you see them chilling there, that means they're doing that mission. If you go to the Stargazer facility before they get there, there's a generator that spawns there that doesn't normally spawn there. So if you notice that generator, if you're in infrared mode and it lights up for you, then they're doing that mission. Oh, you're still here. Well, you made it to the end, and I appreciate you for that. And I know this was a long video, and I apologize, but that's how long it took. I mean, I've spent so much time and effort into this video. If you did enjoy it, or it did help you, or it was informative in any way, shape, or form, please leave a like. Comment down below what you didn't notice about this map and what you do now know. And if you want to see the other two, I have everything recorded. I just need to edit it, and this one alone was a bitch and a half. And the other ones have extra missions. So I wanted to start with the one that has less missions. It took a lot longer than I anticipated, but if it's helpful and you guys want the other two maps, I don't know enough about the new map, all the subtle changes that there are. If you want me to do the other two maps, I will do them, but you gotta show me that you want me to do them, because, my God. Thank you guys all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm going to be doing new content other than Predator Hunting Grounds, just like Tay is. So if you're only here for Predator Hunting Grounds, I won't be going away with it, but I will be doing less of it. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked it, leave a like. If you disliked it, leave a dislike. And consider subscribing. Thank you.